Today I'm going to discuss the measures of dispersion, skewness, and kurtosis. So what is expected in this module? Of course, should be able to calculate different measures of dispersion, skewness, and kurtosis. In this chapter, for measures of dispersion, we try to consider the most relevant and most common measures of dispersion, which is the range, variance, standard deviation, and coefficient of variation. Of course, this is the most important part in this chapter. Should be able to interpret, okay, what does those figures mean after you have computed the different measures of dispersion, skewness, and kurtosis. And then we try to make use of spreadsheets on how to calculate the measures of dispersion, skewness, and kurtosis. So first, let's define what is dispersion means. So according to Bowley, dispersion is the measure of variation of all the items. So in other words, if we have this different data or figures in the distribution, we try to consider how all of these data are spread out. Okay. So what is the difference distances of all this data in the given distribution? So that's how Bowley interpret the definition of dispersion. And according to Brooks and Dick, dispersion is the degree of the scatteredness or variation of the variable about a central value. So the central value, which is referred by Brooks, is what we call the measures of central location. So for instance, if the mean stays at the center of the distribution, so how these different values is relevant to the mean. Okay. So what is the distances of all these values in the distribution from the mean? How scatteredness, okay? What is the variation, okay, of all these values in the distribution from the mean, if the mean stays at the center of the distribution? So that is the central value. So let us consider the common measures of dispersion: the range, standard deviation, variance, and coefficient of variation. So let's talk about the range. Range is the simplest measure of dispersion. It is obtained by subtracting the highest value and the lowest value in a given set of distribution. So for instance, if we have this data, scores of the Anna, Fe, and Ben in statistics, so we try to compute the range. Okay. So here for Anna, the highest value is 16 and the lowest value is 11. So therefore, the range is 16 less 11 is 5. Okay. For Fe, the highest value is 20 and the lowest value is 10. So 20 less 10 is 10. For Ben, of course, since all scores here are the same, so just subtract 14 less 14, then the range is 0. Okay, so here they are. Okay, Anna 5, Fe is 10, while Ben is 0. So we can say that the score of Fe is the most scattered compared to Anna and Ben, because the range is the highest, okay, among the two students, okay, Anna and Ben. Okay, so in other words, we could say also that Ben is the most consistent among these three persons, okay, because it has the lowest computed range. So in other words, if we could say that if the computed range is high, then the more scattered the data. Okay. Next is sample standard deviation. So this is how we are going to compute a sample standard deviation. It's the square root of the square of the summation of the difference of the row score and the mean divided by n minus 1. The denominator here for sample standard deviation is n minus 1. If we consider population standard deviation, we remove minus 1 in the denominator. So that's the difference between a sample standard deviation and population standard deviation. So for variance, we just merely square the standard deviation. So let us consider again the scores of these three persons, and then we try to compute the standard deviation and variance. So for Anna, so this is how we compute the standard deviation. The computation is a little bit complicated, okay? But later on, I will show to you on how to compute the standard deviation using the spreadsheets. So we have 1.87 standard deviation. So what does it mean? If the standard deviation or the calculated standard deviation is 1.87, so if we are going to compare in the distribution, if the mean is 14, so the average distances of all the scores of Anna from the mean is 1.87 units standard deviation. Okay, so that's how we interpret standard deviation. Of course, the variance, we just square the standard deviation and we have 3.5. Okay, for Fe, her standard deviation is 4.41. Okay, so again, if the mean is 14 or the average is 14 and the calculated standard deviation is 4.41, so that's the average distance of all the scores of Fe from the mean. It's 4.41 units standard deviation. First, just square the standard deviation, that's the variance, 19.5. Okay, for Ben, since all scores are the same, then his standard deviation is 0. So in other words, if the values in the distribution are the same, then its standard deviation and variance is 0. So this shows that the scores of Ben is 0 standard deviation from the mean. So there is no distance or variation, okay, of all the scores of Ben from the mean, because all these scores are 14 and its mean is also 14, so there is no difference. Okay, there is no difference. So furthermore, Ben has the most consistent scores among the three students in statistics. Okay. So before we move to coefficient of variation, let's try the spreadsheets on how to compute the standard deviation and variance. So how do we calculate standard deviation and variance using the spreadsheets? So this is our formula for computing the variance. Okay, it's the summation of the square of the difference of the row score minus the average divided by n minus 1. So what are the data that we need in the computation? Of course, we have the row score, okay, and then the average, so x minus the mean. We have this one, x minus the mean, and the square of x minus the mean square. Okay, then so we try to copy the scores of Anna, and of course, since we want to compute the mean here, mean is needed here, so we try to get the mean of Anna. So 14. Okay, so we have to consider that all the average of these three data sets is 14. Okay, 14, that's the average. So we have x minus the mean, so score less the mean of 14. So we have 2. So okay, just drag it. So we have that. And then never mind the negative value, because we, on the third column, we are going to square all of these values. Okay, so let's try to square that value multiplied by itself. So we have 4. Then drag it. Okay, and then of course we have here the summation of the square of the row score minus the mean. So we get the sum. Okay, that's 14. Okay, and then we have also here n minus 1. So the number of row data minus 1. Since we have 5 scores here, so that's 5 minus 1, so that's equal to 5 less 1, that's equal to 4. And then we divide. So 14 divided by 4. Okay, so the variance is 3.5. Then if we get this square root of that, so 1.87. So the standard deviation of the scores of Anna is 1.87 standard deviation, and the variance is 3.5. Okay, so if we try also to calculate the standard deviation of Phe, so just copy the row score and then paste it in the row score column. Okay, so it will automatically computed the standard deviation and the variance. Okay, so the standard deviation of Phe is 4.42, while its variance is 19.5. Then for Ben, 0. So as I said a while ago, if all the values in the distribution are the same, then its variance and standard deviation is 0. So that's how we calculate standard deviation and variance using the spreadsheets.